Good afternoon, this is John Barlow of JJ Medicinals. I'd like to give myself to you a brief introduction of, who I am, what I do, and how JJ Medicinals came to be and what we do. Well, I started out getting into holistic at my mentor back in 2013, a very old gentleman in his 70s who has a lot of wisdom. I appreciate it, and he turned me on to the idea of natural healing and holistics. As I always had a curiosity with psychedelics, he taught me about the fundamentals of natural healing and taking care of your body and mind before you take care of taking the steps into spiritual healing and revival. Not just, it's a stepping stone. So, I used to have a bad addiction to opiates when I hurt my back in 2010 and been on painkillers for years, and I was tired of feeling desperate and miserable, and my mentor kind of showed me the way, gave me new fundamental ideas, taught me about ayahuasca, natural healing, and I slowly implemented myself into that. And after it did such an amazing amount of good for myself, I started opening up to, my elders and people in my age group, asking their advice. And, I've heard such amazing stories and turnarounds of people curing themselves of cancer and addiction and all this other stuff that I'm like, I want something better for myself. Therefore, I focused and dedicated my entire life to holistics, natural healing, and psychedelics, because both of them hand in hand actually make a world of difference to our spiritual growth through life into the next. That being said, I will talk on in my presentation on the topic of so we'll be talking on different topics from everything from the pharmacology of let me pull it up. From the pharmacology of ayahuasca, pharmahuasca. We will talk on mescaline and all the different tryptamines, phenethylamine, which is what mescaline falls under, but it is also a basic chemical makeup of amphetamine, which I will do side explanations with my rough draft reading to go along with the presentations I plan to give. There's also topics on medical findings, the difference between microdosing, macrodosing, stack dosing, and everything, laws in progress, states and where we're at with legalities and everything, community supports, ibogaine, harm reduction practice, healing centers or over-the-counters, certificate possibilities, natural medicine division, my conclusion, and a very big thank you. So I'm looking very much forward to speaking to all of y'all very soon. Have a lot of good information, a lot of good experiences, and since JJ Medicinals has started out here, we've managed to help a lot of people fix their cancers, fix their mental health conditions, get off of their prescription medications, and more importantly also help them in the aspect of finding themselves through psychedelics, how to, do it properly, safely, and also how to interpret their experiences and work with everything. That's basically my job, is educate and doing care plans for what you need to recover based on your ailments, as well as what you need in progression to help yourself, whether it be physically, mentally, or spiritually. That's my job here at JJ Medicinals, and my business partner John Murphy's in charge of the aspects of, basically mycelium and organic fundamental chemistry of making holistic products based on guidelines by the state and the Natural Medicine Division and Department of Health. That being said, also 31 years old, I grew up in Delaware, managed to meet a good number of people out there that actually opened me up to spiritual healing with, frequency healing and meditation and Kundalini yoga. And then I met my mentor out there. Following me getting into holistics, I decided to leave my people, places, and things, as everyone was still stuck in addiction, and I wanted to get out of mine. I moved to New Jersey, started practicing holistics and researching the psychedelics and practicing, a weekly dosing of multiple psychedelics for the course of 3 years. And at the end of that, I met my son's mother. We got married, had my son, God bless, and we decided to have a change in our life, so we moved out west to Colorado in 2018, and been here to get on our feet, try to find a new life, and in the process I managed to meet more people who had a lot of like-mindedness of, feeling desperate, tired of suffering because of doctors and the pharmaceutical industries and the system, and started seeing that these herbs actually do work for them, and suggested I start selling them at the head shop, at Aurora Head Shop, where I was a manager here in Aurora, Colorado. I was Kratom manager and in charge of Kratom sales, distribution, and education. And I realized that I was not being respected for my wisdom because they didn't care about the amount of products I was selling to make a money. They cared about what was making the most money, and I just wanted to help people. And after having a lot of the customers come back, I quit my job because I realized there was no appreciation to me and there was no respect to the customers by the owner. And I decided to take it a step further by, finding new ventures. And in the process, a lot of the customers reached back out to me wanting me to start a business so they can have continuous, supply from me and my farmer connections in Asia and other countries. Thanks to my mentor, he kind of got me plugged into these doctors and farmers in 2 different countries who are now not only educating and resourcing me, but helping me to help other people heal in this country and giving them the best resources that they could receive 10 times better than any medical profession. And that's my goal, is to try to see how many people we can heal of any ailment and issue and disease before I got to kick the bucket in this world. Because if it helped me and it helped so many others, and it's helping my mentor, God bless, he's 70 and he can walk 12 miles a day and not really break a sweat or have any issues, and he's still able to go out to his garden afterwards. Mr. Arthur Frazier. And he's a wonderful gentleman, and I'm so grateful I met him. Honestly, I never think I'll ever see or meet another human being like him. But I really appreciate all the wisdom he's given me, all the resources, introducing me to my shaman and getting me into a lot of apprenticeships with not only psychedelic practice and treatments and guidance, but holistic healing and treatment. So, that being said, I hope to be a huge benefit and support to all those in the psychedelic community as well as the holistic community. I have a lot to talk about, a lot of wisdom to share, and all I want to do is learn more from you as much as I can share, because that's the point of this. Share as much wisdom as we can, spread the knowledge, and pass it on before we pass on. And in the process, don't doubt anything, because we have to do this with an open mind in order for us to actually prevail in proper healing. And since we're given this opportunity, we should be fully respectful to ourselves and to these plants or healing sacraments. Again, my name is John Barlow. I look forward to meeting y'all, and I look forward to speaking with all of you. Have a beautiful day. Happy healing.